There's not a faint chance in hell that this is funny. And when you see those flat, corny, late-night jokes, those are so cringy. There's a warm-up guy, and generally the warm-up guy's a failed comedian. What they're doing is just like reading off of a teleprompter. Colbert, there's Jimmy Kimmel, there's Fallon. There's literal applause signs that flash to tell you when to applaud. They're like, okay, explain to the people. Okay, when Jimmy comes out, I want a big round of applause. Let's practice this right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Jimmy Fallon. And everybody
practice it.
Yes. They'll train the audience. The banter was fake. Their dialogue back and forth was scripted. So they were saying, so Andy, I understand you got married, and blah, 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 blah. Oh, well, and so they're reading it, and I'm watching the class like, this is...
What if I told you this was all planned? Yeah, you heard me. Joe Rogan and Megyn Kelly didn't just randomly end up roasting Jimmy Fallon. They orchestrated it like a symphony of sarcasm and truth bombs. One moment, Fallon's giggling through limp monologues. The next, Rogan's breaking him down like a biology specimen while Megyn cuts through the fake laughter like a hot knife through buttered ratings fluff. What did they reveal that left Fallon blinking like he forgot his lines? Mid-joke. This roast had layers.
Jimmy Fallon, because having worked at NBC, I understand people saying it's a toxic place to work. I do, trust me. However, it's rare to see somebody like Jimmy Fallon, who's supposed to be everybody's favorite late night guy, though not according to the ratings, come under this kind of scrutiny, and the controversy is getting bad. Now, I will tell you, he's not the worst. The Daily Show has the worst.
Picture this. The Titanic is sinking. People are screaming. Chaos is everywhere and in the corner. There's Jimmy Fallon, giggling and playing charades with Leonardo DiCaprio. That's the energy he brings to late-night TV. The world burns. Scandals explode. Democracy teeters like a drunk flamingo on ice, and Jimmy's still over there, doing another musical sketch in a blonde wig, grinning like a third grader who just discovered glue sticks. It's not comedy, it's crisis denial with a house band. And finally, Joe Rogan and Megyn Kelly step onto the deck, R.I.P. the kazoo from his hand, and hurl it into the freezing Atlantic of public opinion.
Obscurity. Nobody's going to care anymore. It's like you're seeing it take place with late night television. Nobody gives a fuck about it anymore.
I know.
And it's slowly, you have a bad business model and you're not adapting.
Yeah, the creativity's gone for late night comedy, right? Like that's not really a thing anymore.
Jimmy Fallon doing a song about different variants of COVID. But this one is so strange. It's like, what did they him up with to get him to agree to do this?
Let's be real, Jimmy Fallon hasn't conducted a real interview since Obama had black hair. He doesn't ask questions. He reads greeting cards out loud while making noises only dogs can hear. Whenever a scandal-soaked celebrity drops onto his couch, his biggest concern is whether they want to play puppy pong or guess which item is real sushi and which is Play-Doh. Rogan saw this and laughed so hard he nearly slipped into another dimension. Megyn Kelly didn't laugh, she brought the flamethrower, and not a moment too soon. Fallon has spent years morphing into an animatronic theme park host, plastic smile, rehearsed giggle, and the intellectual depth of a foam pool noodle. He's not hosting a show anymore, he's hosting a safe space for publicists, a rehab center for reputations, a celebrity witness protection program where nothing real is ever said and no one is ever challenged.
Controversy. And the reporting out of Rolling Stone is people. No, I'm conflicted. I'm going to be honest, because kids today, they're so dramatic, Jesse. They left due to their mental health. They were fired. Rolling Stone reached out to 80 current and former staffers. Not a single one had positive things to say about working on The Tonight Show or for Jimmy. NBC, in defending the story, did not defend Fallon. They just said, we're incredibly proud of The Tonight Show.
Rogan zeroed in on Fallon's unique superpower, the ability to make even nuclear-level controversy feel like a lukewarm cup of chamomile tea. The man could have a war criminal on the couch and still segue into a segment called, Who Wore It Better? Dictator Edition. The only thing Jimmy interrogates is whether Chris Hemsworth can balance a pancake on his elbow. Riveting stuff. Meanwhile, Megyn Kelly's tolerance for this cotton candy cowardice sits somewhere between absolutely none and I'd rather gargle glass. She said what anyone with a functioning frontal lobe already knows. Fallon isn't hosting a show, he's running a PR rehab spa, complete with mood lighting and zero accountability. If you've said something awful, done something worse, or just need to sell your underperforming streaming flop, Fallon's couch is your sanctuary. Just bring your smile and leave your spine at the door. And don't forget the laughter, that infamous Fallon laugh. Part dolphin, part malfunctioning Roomba. It bursts out no matter what's said. He's a living laugh track with separation anxiety. If silence lasts more than 3 seconds, he might spontaneously combust. Now compare that to Joe Rogan's show, where guests actually need to know things to survive an episode. On Rogan, people bring data, arguments, and citations. On Fallon, a cute dog story and a willingness to eat mystery pudding from a hat. Fallon's idea of hard-hitting journalism is asking Billie Eilish what her favorite cereal is. That's not late night, that's kindergarten show and tell with better lighting.
Reporting things like having nightmares related to work, in a constant state of fear, being put on anti-anxiety medication, hair thinning, weakened nail beds, going to therapy. Some claim they had suicidal ideation as a result of the working environment. They reported, I'm like, what the hell did Jimmy Fallon do? What did he do? I read the next paragraph. It says, they reported Jimmy snapping at people. He snapped at people? What do you mean? That caused suicidal ideation?
Megyn wasn't having it. She tore the whole act apart, this beige buffet of fake fun and performative neutrality. Fallon's refusal to take a stance is painted as virtue, when in reality, it's just fear with a side part. He's not trying to unite anyone, he's trying to keep his advertisers. Every time he flashes that goofy grin, a focus group somewhere gives a standing ovation. Let's be clear, Fallon's brand is cowardice dressed up as charm. He doesn't challenge power, he invites it over for board games and begs it to play Twister. When the moment called for media to hold up a mirror, Fallon held up a glittery Snapchat filter instead. He's the anti-thought leader, the king of candy-coated nothing. A man so allergic to gravity that even helium looks grounded next to him. Joe Rogan called it Fallon is terrified of losing approval. That's why he never challenges, never questions, never digs. He treats public conversation like a magic trick. Distract, 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 then poof, no one notices the emperor. Or the guest has no clothes. His true talent: making the grotesque look adorable, making corruption seem quirky, making danger look like it just needs a hug. Remember when the world was in political freefall? Fallon's contribution was slow jamming the news like a man trying to flirt with democracy while juggling rubber chickens. Actual journalists were chasing truth. Fallon was chasing the rock with a Nerf gun. He's what happens when comfort food becomes a personality. And now, finally, people are calling it what it is: empty, safe, and actively unhelpful.
Like, I want to be in the meet. I want to be a fly on the wall in that meeting where they go, okay, Jimmy, this is what we're going to do. You're going to be singing about all the different variants. And it's like, here's a song. And you're going to be dancing and saying, it's like, okay.
Might be the best. It's XBB.1.5. Another brand of COVID-19 has arrived. It's a new strain, but it isn't the same. Sounds more like Elon Musk's kid's name. It's XBB.1.5, not UB40 who sings red wine. Put on your mask when you're inside a facility. It could be a robot from a Star Wars trilogy. It's
What?
God.
What is happening?
Megyn Kelly didn't just torch Jimmy Fallon, she torched the entire late-night ecosystem that enables him. She dragged the whole machine, the one that prioritizes clicks over content, fluff over facts, and memes over meaning. Fallon isn't just a symptom, he's the crown prince, the chosen avatar of harmlessness. And in an era where media desperately needs courage, he's still over there playing Mad Libs with Tom Hiddleston. What makes the Fallon formula dangerous isn't that it's offensive, it's that it's deliberately ineffective. When something matters, Fallon vanishes. But when a celebrity's career hits a PR iceberg, he's right there, juice box in hand, glitter pen ready, offering a game and a giggle. This isn't comedy, it's crisis management in a sparkly suit. Meanwhile, Rogan's show runs 3 hours deep, diving into ideas that actually matter. Fallon's show, a tightly edited highlight reel of a and Megyn brought the receipts guest after guest, waltzing onto his set mid-scandal, all sins absolved with a smile and a round of wheel of musical impressions. It's not an interview, it's a reputation rinse cycle. Let's talk format. Fallon's segments read like a Fisher-Price guide to avoiding substance, lip-sync battles, egg roulette, box of lies, true confessions, a game where the only confession Fallon should make is that he stopped caring about real content sometime around 2013. He's like if Pinterest came to life and landed a talk show.
They have some examples. One employee said Fallon would write personal insults to staffers, as opposed to constructive criticism, such as, Are you okay? Seriously, do you need help? He's laughing. And, ugh, lame. What's going on with you? You've outdone yourself. The horror, Jesse.
Megyn, see, this is what I struggle with too. And are we dealing with somebody who's an actual jerk, or are we dealing with this new...
Meanwhile, Joe Rogan's interviewing neuroscientists, war veterans, whistleblowers, comedians, philosophers. Fallon, he's interviewing a guy who taught his cat to skateboard and asking Dua Lipa if she likes pizza. This isn't a competition, it's an intervention. Megyn Kelly nailed it. Fallon's legacy won't be a spindle, be a cautionary tale. Not because he offended anyone, but because he refused to. In a world crying out for clarity, conviction, and candor, Jimmy Fallon chose to become a walking gif, vaguely funny, briefly entertaining, instantly forgettable. And yet he still occupies a late-night throne, once held by Legends hosts who challenged, provoked, risked, raged, and revealed. Fallon just got safe. He's the rental tuxedo of television, perfectly fitted, completely impersonal, and forgotten the moment you leave the room. Rogan and Kelly aren't anti-comedy. They're anti-commiters, and Fallon's brand of toothless giggles wrapped in corporate synergy is exactly what they're calling out. This isn't about left versus right. It's about real versus fake. Rogan's show may be messy and controversial, but it's alive. Fallon's show, shrink-wrapped mediocrity with commercial breaks. And the saddest part, he didn't have to end up this way. Fallon had talent once. Back in his Weekend Update days, there was a glimmer of edge, mischief, potential. But then came the brands, the big checks, the pressure to please everyone. Now, Fallon is the host, formerly known as Interesting.
over well in the Kelly household. So yeah, I don't ever know what to make of him, Megyn.
Same. I feel the same. I've got serious questions about whether any of this is true. I mean, in every job I've ever worked, I've had people who would jump through brick walls for me, and I can be a tough boss. I'm not an asshole, but I'll say, like, that was a shitty packet. Like, we need to do better. That was not okay. And the team, my team loves me, and I love my team because we are all about putting out great work product. And I'm quick to compliment too. Like, what did he say? He basically said, are you okay? Seriously, do you need help? That's causing people to lose their hair? People need to toughen up. Your workplace is not your nana.
Megyn Kelly and Joe Rogan didn't go after Jimmy Fallon out of spite. They did it like a demolition crew tearing down a crumbling theme park because it's time to build something better. Something that doesn't run from real questions. Something that treats truth with respect, not as a joke. Fallon ends every serious moment with a kazoo or a dance-off with Cardi B. And it's gotten old. While Fallon keeps laughing and flattering celebrities, the roast has already been served, a not out of hate, but with sharp purpose. Someone had to hold up a mirror. Rogan brought the hammer. Kelly brought the fire. Fallon, he brought a banana costume and a joke about Taylor Swift's cat. Late night TV has moved on. What's left is Fallon, still giggling alone. The real issue, Fallon isn't just out of touch, he's allergic to relevance. He avoids tension, avoids truth, and avoids anything that isn't sugar-coated and safe. You could sit him next to a whistleblower, a scientist, and a civil rights leader, and he'd still turn it into a lip-sync battle with SpongeBob impressions. And the worst part? That's exactly how he wants it.
I'll tell you, he's not the worst. The Daily Show has the worst ratings. They only have 366,000 people watching that show. During the Jon Stewart years, it was over 2 million. Now it's down to 300,000. Seth Meyers, absolutely dreadful. He doesn't even have 1 million, 778,000. I mean, for network television, this is, you don't have to pay for it. It's there when you turn on your TV, you plug it in. That's a dreadful number. Greg Gutfeld on cable, which you do have to pay for, it has more than double the numbers of Seth Meyers. Jimmy Kimmel, 1.5 million averaging, also equally horrible. And then there's The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, who, back when I was there, 2017-18, he was averaging 2.3 million a night. Now he's down to 1.3 million, Jesse. And he cannot afford the "you are toxic" controversy because he's also pulling in, reportedly, over $15 million a year. So you got all that money for 1.5 million in audience, which is a nothing. I mean, the middle of the day on Fox News gets that, or at least used to before they...
This isn't accidental fluff, it's manufactured avoidance. Fallon's entire show is designed to be forgettable. Not bold, not meaningful, just safe and bland. It feels like it was created by a committee of HR reps who all agreed beige was the perfect color. Meanwhile, The world's burning and Fallon's over here offering a s'more and asking guests to play egg roulette. Dodging every hard truth like it's radioactive. There's no bite, no satire, just the dull hum of fake laughter, fake energy, and applause signs. Joe Rogan noticed what's missing. Not just journalism or challenge, but humanity. Fallon doesn't connect, he performs, he doesn't engage. With culture, he dances around it, armed with jazz hands and pre-approved jokes polished by branding teams. Megyn Kelly's takedown wasn't just a critique, it was a cultural autopsy. She stripped away the shiny surface and exposed what's missing: courage, originality, and relevance. Fallon built his brand on staying neutral. But when neutrality means silence in the face of garbage, it becomes complicity. You can almost hear the show's rules backstage. Keep it light. Make the guest feel safe. Don't get real. Don't show a spine. That worked until it didn't. Now viewers aren't tuning out because they're mad. They're just bored. Fallon isn't doing anything. He's like a decorative pillow on a burning couch. If Rogan and Kelly's roast accomplished anything, it's this. Proving that trying to please everyone is the fastest way to be remembered by no one. Fallon worked so hard to avoid offense, he forgot how to matter. He had the platform, the talent, and the spotlight and traded it all for viral skits and nervous laughter. This wasn't just a takedown. It was a wake-up call. Comedy can entertain and challenge. It can mock power, punch up, ask real questions. Fallon chose instead to juggle rubber chickens while Rome collapsed. And Rogan and Kelly finally called it out.